in 71, you actually got married to Deborah Scibetta.
Yes.
You had 2 children.
Yes.
And if we fast forward, your daughter, Karen, ends up being in Mob Wives on VH1 in 2011.
That was a lot of years later.
And then, in 2013, she actually released a book called Mob Daughter, the Mafia, Sammy the Bull, Gravano, and Me. Okay. So that whole situation happens. And then there was a situation with Ralph Sparrow, who was Shorty's brother. I guess he became somewhat envious of some of your success.
He was jealous and envious. And I remember guys telling me he had an argument with Shorty, his brother. He's saying, why the fuck you keep taking Sammy down to Carroll Street to meet Junior when I want to get my son made when the books open up? Why are you doing that? And he says, I don't do that. He says he's asking for him specifically. And I put him in the car and I take him down there with me. So anyway, Ralph was very frustrated with this whole situation, but he didn't know how to undermine me. I didn't really stay with him. We had a guy in our crew, Ralphie Ronga, real tough guy, got out of prison, great guy, really a good guy. Matter of fact, we had a case going, we had a problem. He robbed somebody at a bank, the bag, they used to have a bag, the zipper on the top. Mm-hmm. He robbed it. He never even took the lock off and looked at it. He threw it on the table. He said, see if this is enough money to pay for the lawyers. So I said, Ralph, there could be 20, 30, back then 20, 30 was a lot of money. There could be 20, 30,000 in there. He said, use the money, whatever's left from the lawyers, give it to me. He's a great guy. He goes on a robbery himself and he gets in a shootout with cops and he's killed in the street. And 2 weeks after that, I'm in a bar in Shipshead Bay with Johnny Rizzo Sr., made guy in the Gambino family. Louis Melito is in the Gambino family. My Gumbada Ali boys in the Genovese family. And it come Mikey Mozzarella and a few guys. And I know them all. And we're all a dinky little shithole. And we're all together talking, having a drink. And this woman comes in, blonde, teased hair, short mini dress, it wasn't that many back then, but this one was super short, high heels, with some guy, muscle guy. And Rizzo says, Sammy, that girl's checking you out. Now, we always break balls amongst ourselves. So I said, come on, John, she's with a guy. You're going to start with that shit? I might go over. We'll wind up with a fight with the guy. Come on, leave him alone. Leave it alone. But she was looking at me. Now, when the guy went to the bathroom, she got up and started moving towards us. And Louis Melito said, Sammy, I don't think the old man's bullshitting. She's coming straight for you. You don't know this broad? No, I don't. And then Rizzo hit me, go over and talk to her. Then I went over to talk to her. When I got from the distance from me to you, maybe even a little closer, it was Ralphie Ronga's wife. I was dumbfounded. I couldn't believe it. So I told her, I said, what the fuck you doing here, bro? Your husband just died. She said, Sammy, life goes on. Yeah, life goes on my fucking ass. He's not even cold yet. Give it a chance. The guy was just coming out of the bathroom, and she said, Sam, I remember how you look at me. I could get rid of him. Me? I was a fucking douchebag. I never looked at you in no fucking way. I loved your fucking husband. You fucking, man, I was on fire. The guy started coming over. He says, what's going on? As soon as he got over, everybody stood up. 4 or 5 guys stood up. Nice, quiet. So I said, listen, bro, get the fuck out of here with this douchebag. Get out. Listen to me while you can. Get the fuck out with her. It's got nothing to do with you. Get him and get the fuck out of here. When she went back to Ralph, she said that I abused her and all this bullshit. Ralphie Sparrow called up my wife and said, Sammy tried to make Ralphie's ex-wife his wife. And Carmine Persico knows about it. Sammy's going to get killed. And he blows this whole thing up to create a story that's not true. He doesn't know all them guys are there. So when I go home, my wife tells me the story. I said, this life is very technical. Make sure you tell me every word, exactly what he said. That Carmine's going to kill you, and you try to make Ralphie Ranga's wife. I said, I didn't try to make her. She's fucking rag. I chased her. But you're sure that's what he said? Yeah. And I went in my room. I got a gun. I got my car. I went right to fucking Ralph's house. And I got out of the car. I put the gun behind me by my ass. And we were like good fellows in and out of each other's houses. I rang the bell. His wife, Ann, came. I said, Ann, where's Ralph? I need to talk to him. Something important. As soon as he was going to come to the door, I was going to shoot him. So she said, Sammy, I don't know, something happened. He left, he didn't come back. Is there a problem? No, Ann, there's no problem. And I turned to walk away. She saw the gun. And she told Ralph, Shorty, Sammy came here with a gun looking for Ralph. This whole thing exploded into what I was going to do. Now, they were going to hurt me. But when Carmine, who was in jail, his brother, Ali Boy Persico Sr., was running the family. And he said, Ralph told your wife that my brother, Carmine Persico, was going to kill you? He turned around to Shorty. He said, you know what? If Sammy got killed, his wife would have thought my brother did it. I'm almost fucking sick that he didn't get your brother and kill him. He deserves to die for what he did. And he lied because there's other people coming in, witnesses that were there. He didn't try to make this guy's wife. He abused the shit out of her and chased her. But being it was Shorty's brother, they held on killing him. But they knew we could never be together again. Johnny Rizzo Sr. had gone up the ranks in the Gambino family, talking about me, talking about the whole situation. Seems like Carlo Gambino got involved and two families talked. How they resolved it was, I would give my word I would never hurt Ralph, and they would transfer me with no restrictions over to the Gambino family, and I would be under this guy named Toto Arello, who was a very powerful captain. I actually grew up with his son. I never met the old man, but I knew his son, Charlie Boy, for years and years and years. So that's where I was going to stay. And Toto, the day we went down and this meeting happened, and I was formally put over with them on the way home, he says, I want you by my club every day. If you got a job, quit. He says, I want you there every fucking day. I'm going to know everything you do, when you're going to get laid, if you get a pimple, anything you're going to do. You get into a fight, an argument, everything you do, I want to know. You embarrass us once. There was a lot of people talking for you. We'll kill you immediately. But I want you at my club every single day. And he was going to school me for the old man, Carlo Gambino, and I would become a Gambino, and I would learn their way. Their way was different. Colombo, beat him up, bring him back here, shoot him, beat this guy up, fuck that guy up, rob this guy. They were business, unions, all kinds of things. Toto, out of his mouth in some meetings we had personally, said, violence, we can use violence, but always as a last fucking resort. We listen to the stories, we make up our mind, and we don't react to one side. Those two little things on the side of your fucking ears, God gave you those two ears to listen to both sides of the story. Then you make up your mind. So, I think you owe me a few dollars more for this story.
So now you're with the Gambinos.
Yeah.